All right, so a pleasant day to everyone. And I decided to record this meeting because we have missed a lot of classes due to certain events and activities. Now I am going to discuss organization's commitment to satisfy customers' needs as part of your Unit 3, which is under the subject Total Quality Management. This specific topic focuses on the critical importance of meeting customers' needs for any business. And it begins by, of course, you have to define who a customer is and underlines that customers are considered as the backbone of any successful organization. The primary goal here is to understand the factors that really influence customer satisfaction, which will later lead to customer loyalty. For instance, consider a local bakery. Its customers include individuals who are purchasing bread, pastries, cakes, and they wanted to ensure that their customers remain satisfied and loyal. So the bakery, just like some of the bakeries that we know here, must consistently deliver high quality products. One of the best examples that I can give you is Edna's Cakeland. Now they are expanding their reach because they are already dominating not just Nueva Ecija but also other nearby provinces. So they are providing excellent customer service, perhaps even offer loyalty programs or discounts. So this unit will actually teach us on how we can equip individuals with the skills that are necessary to identify and analyze various elements that could impact customer satisfaction. It can be applied within total quality management frameworks, which can enhance organizational performance and customer loyalty. In the next slide, you can see the learning objectives for this specific unit or specific chapter. At the end of the discussion, I am expecting that my students would be able to understand the different models for achieving the business excellence, evaluate how well the organization performs based on this model's criteria. At the end of the discussion, I'm also expecting that the student can choose or select and use the right tools and methods of total quality management to figure out what the customers need and how to maintain quality standards within total quality management approaches. In the next slide, you can also see here that there are external and internal customer. In business, there are actually two types of customers, the internal and external. So external customers are those people who come to your store or website, buy your products or services. For example, you own a clothing store and the people who come in and purchase clothes are considered as your external customer. Internal customer, on the other hand, those are the people within your organization. They are the one who rely on each other to do their jobs effectively. For instance, in your company, same clothing store, the salesperson who's asking help from the customer service representative to process the order is considered an internal customer. So here, we can say that when we speak of internal customer, they are part of the organization. While the external customers, they are not part of the organization or the business. And internal customers, usually they know more about the products or services. Technically, they know the features of the products, they know the specifications of the products more than external customer. Internal customer, they can get discounts or benefits if you're an employee. Let's say just like the Uniqlo, the employees are getting huge discounts if they wanted to purchase the products of Uniqlo. While external customers, they have to pay regular prices. Another is internal customers also benefit from the organization's profit, revenue, while the external customers, they don't because they are the one who's actually purchasing the products and availing the services so that they can contribute to the profitability of the company. Internal customer, they can buy products for the organization's use. So, bumibili sila ng gamit para ito sa production of goods and services para sa kanilang organization, while external customers, they buy because of personal reasons or for personal use. Internal customers, They're considered as an intermediary between the company and the end users, while the external customers, they are considered as the end users. So internal customers, they're also negotiating prices based on the manufacturing cost of the product, while the external customers, they typically pay at the listed price. So both the internal customers, external customers, they are really important to every business success. So it is important to focus on how we can satisfy our external customers so we can generate revenue, we can be profitable, and it is also important to maintain positive relationship with our internal customer. If we have happy internal customer, they can contribute to healthier work environment, which can indirectly impact the quality of the products or services that we are offering to our external customer. Now, let's proceed to the next slide. The idea here is voice of the customer. Consider a software development company that is creating a mobile applications. So they need to regularly use the voice of customers process to ensure that they can meet or they are meeting the customer's needs and delivering the high quality products. So the company manager or the company developers, they can have direct discussions with clients so they can understand their specific requirements and they can gather feedback on existing products. For instance, they might meet with a client who wants a new feature added to their mobile application. Or the company can send out surveys to the users when they have used the new version of the application. The survey is going to ask about the experiences of the users, any issues that they have encountered while they're using it, or any suggestions for further improvement of the applications. Or they can also do focus group discussions. The company can organize focus group discussions with diverse group of users so they can discuss their preferences, their pain points or expectations regarding the mobile applications, and this can really help gain insights into broader trends and preferences in the market. Aside from that, when a client commissions a custom mobile application, the company carefully documents the client's specifications and requirements so that they can ensure that the final product is aligned with the expectations of their customers. The company also do observation, like the company observes how the users interact basically with their applications. They can analyze the user behavior, such as which features are most frequently used and where the users actually encounter difficulty. Aside from that, one of the considerations is the warranty data. Like the company can monitor those data or warranty data to track any issues that are reported by customers after they have downloaded it, after they have used the applications, which can help them identify or address those recurring issues or bugs, yung paulit-ulit na issue na na-encounter ng ating customer. Aside from that, we are also doing field reports. So if the company's apps are developed in specific industry, for example, sa isang business, it can be in the healthcare industry, it can be in the education industry, we are gathering field report from users so we can understand how the applications perform in real world business. Aside from that, we are doing complaint logs. The company are maintaining the logs of customers' complaints and then support ticket. Di ba tayo kapag tayo tatawag sa isang internet provider or tatawag tayo sa isang telecommunication provider, we are actually given the chance to give us the reference number of our call, the ticket number, and that means that we are relaying our concern. They are identifying ano yung paulit-ulit na issue and ano yung mga areas that are needing improvement. In the next slide, you can see how we can build an effective voice of the customer program. So imagine a scenario wherein, because you're taking your subject retailing and wholesaling, or there's also some of you are taking retail management, you are building an effective voice of the customer to improve your customer experience. The first thing that you have to do is you need to capture. You need to identify what are the touch points. So you interact with your customers, such as whether it is an in-store visit, physical, and then online purchases or customer service calls, or it can be social media interactions. You are going to set up surveys to get feedback from your customer at each of these touch points. For example, after a customer completes online purchase, you will be receiving, or they will be receiving, an email, and you will be asking them to rate their shopping experience online. The next one is analyze. Once the feedback is already collected, the company uses analytical tools so that they can analyze the data in real-time situation, and then they categorize the feedback based on the themes, such as it is related to product quality, it can be related to customer service, it can be related to the usability of the website. If they notice that the trend of complaints are about slow shipping times, so you have to prioritize addressing the issue of slow shipping times. Another is the company should act. Since we already know, we already have insights from the analysis that we did, the company should take immediate action to address these concerns. For example, they might implement a new shipping provider. Kung dati nasa JNT sila at hindi magandang feedback, they will be shifting to flash homes. So we can expedite deliveries or provide additional training for customer service representative to improve response time. So by acting promptly, you are actually demonstrating your commitment to customer satisfaction that will definitely lead to customer loyalty. Of course, you also have to monitor. The company should continuously monitor customer feedback, track the results of your actions over a certain period of time. Like you must be using the key performance indicators such as customer satisfaction scores, net promoter score, and customer retention. These are rates that we measure if there are improvement, or for instance, let's say you see an increase in the customer satisfaction score and you see a decrease in the customer complaints related to shipping times, it means that your actions, your strategies are effective. Now let's move to the next slide. Okay? You can see in the next slide, what is customer satisfaction? It is actually a term that is used in marketing to gauge how well your company's products and services are meeting or exceeding your customers' expectations. Paano natin to measure? We measure it based on how happy and how content customers are with their overall experience with the company. So customer satisfaction is typically measured by the number of customers or the percentage of total customers who actually rate their experience with the company. Its products, its services, whether they meet their expectations or exceed their expectations based on the specified goals, satisfaction goals, of course. It is considered as one of the crucial performance indicators of every business organization. It is included as part of the balanced scorecard, which evaluates various aspects of company's performance. Ngayon kasi napaka-competitive ng market where businesses are constantly vying for customers. Customer satisfaction stands out if you have a differentiator, if there is a competitive advantage, if there is an increasingly incorporated a differentiator into your business strategy. But of course, we also want to have customer loyalty. In the next slide, you can see that customer satisfaction serves as a crucial measure for business, providing insight to customer purchase intention and, of course, loyalty. It acts as a leading indicator of whether your customers are likely to make repeat purchases, paulit-ulit na silang bumibili, they are already remaining loyal to the brand. Satisfied customers are more inclined to return for future purchases. They contribute already to the long-term success of your business. Within your organization, you're collecting and analyzing customer satisfaction. It can send you a clear message about the significance of how you must prioritize customer needs and ensure that there is a positive experience with the products and services. In terms of retention and loyalty, we know that there are studies that are consistently showing that there is a strong correlation between customer satisfaction and retention. Of course, if your customers are happy, if your customers are contented with the services that you are delivering, with the products that you're selling, satisfied customers are more likely to remain loyal, continue to do business with your company. It can lead to your increased profitability over time. The customer satisfaction is actually a key a key differentiator in a competitive market. When your business can consistently deliver high levels of satisfaction that really stand out among or within that industry, it can stand out from the competition and it can attract more customer. Satisfied customer, I can tell you, are less likely to switch to your competitor. It is most likely because there is a reduced customer churn rates. It can maintain a stable customer base and it can minimize the need for costly efforts to acquire new customer. You don't need to acquire new customer because you can take care of your current or loyal customer. Happy customers tend to spend more over their lifetime with the company. Of course, it leads to higher customer lifetime value, and this can really have a significant impact on your company revenue and profitability. We must also mitigate the negative word of mouth. Satisfied customers, they are going to share their positive experience with others, like their friends, their family, their classmates, their colleagues, because it can lead to positive word of mouth and brand advocacy. Whatever their experience is, whether it is a happy experience, it is a good experience, it was a bad experience, they would always tell other people about it. You need to address dissatisfaction promptly because it can prevent you from negative word of mouth, which can create a potential damage to your brand's reputation. When you can retain existing customers, it is often more cost-effective than acquiring new customer. So when you focus on customer satisfaction, business can minimize the need for expensive marketing and sales efforts, which the aim is you acquire new customer. And let's proceed to what we call service recovery. Now, as you can see here, since customer loyalty goes beyond just repeat purchases, we need to understand as well that it is about how the customers believe that your product or service is the best choice for them. And they stick with you, even if there are many options, right? Kwento ko lang sa inyo, for example, because I love drinking coffee. There is an owner of a coffee shop. It's just a small coffee shop in a neighborhood where there are several other coffee shops nearby. Meron silang isang regular customer, and then that customer comes to shop every morning to her, or this is for caffeine fix. I think I had this time in my life where I would always drop by at 7-Eleven to have my City Blend just before I go to work at Tabon. Now, it could be just coming for a few reasons, maybe because I am loyal to that shop or because I can get free coffee. Di ba may mga coffee shop that they're giving you loyalty card if you purchase a certain number of drinks. Like remember the Starbucks when you wanted to collect their merchants, especially their collections during holiday season, Christmas season, they would ask you to complete the stickers, 19 stickers. It means you can choose one merchant. You know, sometimes because it is the closest to your workplace, that's why you always go there. It is easier to stop by, or the reason why you would rather stay there or you would rather have your coffee is because mas mura siya compared dun sa other coffee shop within the area, or because meron ka ng connection sa mga tao doon, sa barista doon, and you feel like there are friendly staff in there, and because you already have a habit of going there. It's like every morning it has become a habit and you do not consider any other options. And you do not already explore other alternatives. You become a regular customer and you're still open to trying other coffee shop if they would be offering something new or it would be better than your go-to cafe. So the true customer loyalty goes beyond these reasons. It means that you genuinely believe that the coffee shop offers the best coffee and the best service in town. And even if there is a new coffee shop opening nearby, even if, sometimes you stick with your shop because of the positive experience that you've had in the past, right? But then again, of course, it will come to a point wherein the business has to go through service recovery. Like, for example, if you are in this specific stage, you need to implement the word heart. The heart, the first one, it's here. You need to listen carefully to your customer without any interruptions. It is important to pay attention to what the person is saying, both the facts and the feelings of your customer. You should know that this is important. You listen to your customer. You should show that you respect them, you're genuinely interested, and you understand their perspective. Your body language and tone of voice should convey this. And of course, aside from that, you must empathize. Empathy involves understanding, sharing the feelings of another person. You verbally acknowledge the emotions the person is expecting. Let them know that you understand and validate their feelings. Try to show compassion through your tone, body language, letting them know that you care about their situation. And of course, it is also important to apologize. It's been a problem, all right? Or if there is a problem or if there is a mistake, it is important to sincerely apologize. Express that you regret that this happened and make sure that your apology is very specific at hindi sa bandang huli mapupunta sa customer yung sisi. You must take responsibility for any mistakes, for any errors, and then apologizing can help rebuilding the trust and showing that you are committed to resolving the issue. And of course, do not just show that you are committed in resolving the issue, you must really respond with it. It takes time to take actions, resolve the problems, address the issues or concern. You must take ownership in terms of the situation and do what you can to resolve the problem. If it is necessary, if it needs to involve others who can help you find solutions, then do so. Try to at least set a realistic expectations with the person about what will be done to fix the issue and make sure to follow through on commitment that you make to your customer. And lastly, thank your customer. Express gratitude because they brought the issue into your attention. And because they brought the issue into your attention, it allowed you to help. Like it can show up, you show your appreciation for giving you the feedback because it gives you the window of opportunity to at least resolve the problem. It can strengthen the relationship with your customer and the feeling of being valued and respected is always there. In just a simple term, you have to hear them, empathize with them, apologize to them, respond to them, and of course, thank them. This heart method of service recovery program is about actively listening to people, understanding their feelings, apologizing sincerely. If something goes wrong or your company committed a mistake, you must take action to make things right and then show them that you appreciate their feedback and cooperation. It's all about handling problems or complaints with care and empathy. In the next slide, you can see here, okay, that every business organizations also go through crisis management. Crisis management is the process of handling those unexpected or sudden events that can cause major disruptions and unrest within an organization. When something unexpected happened, who would have thought that, last week we didn't have our class because there was a bomb threat in our university. And when something unexpected happened, it makes everyone feel scared or unsure. It's called the crisis. This could be anything from a big problem with your computer, people are fighting with each other. Crisis management is how well you actually deal with scary situations. You must stay calm, figure out what to do, and work together to fix things. Let's say you work in a big company, and one day the internet stops working for everyone. Oh no, it can't happen. People start getting worried because, they can't do their job because there's no internet. This is a crisis. If the company has a crisis management plan, there's nothing wrong, or it's going to be easy. They know what to do. They might have a backup internet or a way to fix things, fix the problem quickly as possible. They also tell everyone what's happening, how they're going to fix it. It's just that nobody panics or spread rumors. You must stay calm, work together. We can resolve the problem and get back to work smoothly. Now, in the next slide, you can see the expectancy disconfirmation paradigm. Okay? As you can see there, every person has expectations, right? And where do we get our expectations? Of course, it depends on how they are advertising their company, their products, or maybe because there are word of mouth support from other customers who have experienced that service or who has purchased the product, or sometimes because of media or even online reviews, and then the previous experience with the firm of different customers, and then you have your expectations because of that. And then you avail your services and then you purchase the product. You have your own perception after the purchase or the service encounter. The question would be, after that, will you be highly satisfied? Wherein your expectations have been exceeded? Oo nga, maganda nga. Ang ganda ng service, ang sarap ng pagkain, ang friendly ng mga staff. Or just, satisfied, expectations met. Totoo nga yung kwento nila na masarap kumain dito. Totoo nga na maganda ang service nila. Totoo nga na mabilis silang mag-serve ng food. Or, because, dissatisfied customer. Hindi naman totoo yung sinasabi nila na masarap dito eh. So, it depends, right? So, let's proceed to the next slide. Here you can see that services and manufacturing or services and goods are different in several reasons. Service, often we can say it is intangible, meaning to say it can't be stored over a long period of like physical products can. So tangible aspects to services. Services tend to be heterogeneous, meaning they can vary greatly between instances. So another distinction is the high level of course, you have to remember, another thing that must be checked is, of course, the level of customer contact, with customers typically being more involved in the production of service compared to goods. So sa restaurant, let's say service, sa car manufacturing, in the restaurant, the food and dining experience, these are intangible. You cannot hold or store them. Dining experience cannot be touched, cannot be seen, cannot be smelled. Hindi natin masasense using our five senses. There are tangible aspects like physical menu, utensils, right? Each meal they are served at this restaurant is actually unique. They are showcasing heterogeneity of services. Customers have high level of contact in restaurant as they interact with the staff, possible with the chef, with the waiter, and consider a car manufacturing plant. The cars produced are tangible products that can be stored in inventory. So the manufacturing process is highly repetitive and it is measurable with consistent cycle times for tasks. Each car coming off the assembly line is very similar to the next. It demonstrates consistency typical in manufacturing. So the customer involvement in the production process is just minimal compared to servings like dining at restaurant. So when it comes to service quality issue, obtaining hard data can be challenging due to intangible nature of service. So in manufacturing measurements like yung height, weight, these are readily available. Additionally, the service processes often involve more customization, variability due to high level of customer involvement, and this is in contrast to a more standardized process typically in manufacturing. Next is the serve qual explanation. Okay? This is a tool created by experts to help business measure how well they are delivering the service to their customer. So standardized assessment, para na siyang ruler, you're measuring service quality and it gives the business a clear way to see how well they're doing in different areas of service, friendly yung kanilang staff, how fast they respond to customer inquiries. Another is, imagine you have a tool that can accurately tell you if your service is really good or not, no matter what kind of service you provide. That's what ServeQual does. It works well with all kinds of situations, whether it is a restaurant or a bank. And of course, reliability, just like how clock always tells us the right time, this always gives us reliable results. It means that the different people who use it will get similar answers, so business can trust the feedback that they are getting. Kasi iba-iba yung group na tinanong pero iisa yung feedback. Efficiency. The cervical model doesn't waste anyone's time. It is short and easy to understand, so customers and employees can fill it out quickly without hassle. And once the business collect the data from the survey, they can already figure out what they're going to do well or where they're doing well and where they're needing improvements. It's just like having a map showing you the best route to take to make your service even better. So for example, you own a coffee shop, you want to make sure your customers are happy and the services they are receiving is the best service. And then you use the survey call to survey them about the things that they like, the taste of the coffee, the cleanliness of the shop, the friendliness of the staff. After they collect the responses, you analyze the data and then find out what the customers love about your coffee. But it feels like the shop can be cleaner, meaning to say, because of this information, you need to change your strategy with regards to improvement of the cleanliness, ensuring that your customer have a better experience next time they visit your coffee shop. And let's proceed to the next slide. Since we're talking about here, these are the examples. You can see in the next slide, just have to browse it. These are actually the examples of how we can say that it is reliable when they are providing the service that are promised. You just have to go and read with this. And of course, in the next slide, we're going to talk about gap analysis. How to do a gap analysis. Customer expectations versus customer experience. Gap. What they expect and what they actually get don't match, then there's a gap between expectations and perception. So again, the customers tend to compare what they have experienced to what they have expected. There's a mismatch. That means that there is a gap. Next slide. Now you see in the next slide, we're going to talk about designing and improving service transactions. So you have to improve your customer's perception of service quality, which enhance the process of delivering the service. First is, of course, service blueprinting. Imagine a map wherein it shows all the steps and components involved in delivering a service from start to finish. That's what a service blueprint does. So it helps everyone understand the service system objectively, which is particularly useful, of course, during the design and redesign stage of the service development. Example, the bank might use a service blueprint to visualize the steps for the customer who wants to go to the bank because they wanted to open a new account. Filling out forms to meeting with a banker, they should show a blueprint of the steps. Moment of truth. These are critical points in the customer's journey where they are expecting something specific to happen. It could be when they interact with the company face-to-face over the phone or online. Each interaction is actually an opportunity for the business to either delight the customer or disappoint the customer. For example, the moment of truth is by the time the online retailer is when you are an online seller or retailer, sorry, it is when the customer receives their order. Hala, Dito yung in-order ko, mas maliit to. Ba't maganda sa picture? Bakit dito ang nipis? It arrives on time. Okay. It is in good condition. Okay. It creates positive experience. But if you feel like your expectations were not met, then the moment of truth is they are not happy. Okay. This is a Japanese term meaning mistake proofing, error prevention. When you're implementing a mechanism in service process, you need to prevent human errors from occurring. For example, a car rental company might design their online booking system to prevent customers from accidentally selecting the wrong pickup location. It can reduce the chance of error. Let's consider a fast foods restaurant using service blueprinting. They should map out the entire service process from taking orders to delivering the food. They have to identify areas where delays may occur, mistakes may occur, and such as long waiting time or long wait times or incorrect orders. So we have to address these, and we must implement the POKOK, which is the error prevention, mistake proofing, and you can identify the moments of truth, such as when the customer receive their food. You focus on the delivering a positive experience. You ensure that the orders are accurate and it is served promptly. Through service transaction analysis, you can continue monitor and improve our processes in the company, and we can ensure that it is aligned with customer expectations. It can be, we can minimize the gap in delivering the service. I think for Unit 3, that would be all. Happy learning, and I hope you were able to learn something about Chapter 3, which is organization's commitment to customer or to satisfy customers' needs. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.